Why big cats can bench press more than big dogs, the wild gym showdown. Ever wondered, if a tiger and a wolf hit the gym, who would win the bench press contest? Sounds like a joke from a fitness meme, but nope. This is a real-life story from the wild, where muscle mass, claws, and strategy decide who eats and who goes hungry. And no, we're not talking about your house cat that naps 20 hours a day or your loyal lab chasing tennis balls. We're going full beast mode: lions, tigers, leopards squaring off against wolves, wild dogs, and coyotes. You're walking through the African savanna. A lioness strides by, muscles rippling with every step, like a pro bodybuilder in slow motion. She's built to take down prey twice her size with a single pounce. Meanwhile, off in the distance, a pack of African wild dogs is closing in on a gazelle. No single dog is stronger than the lioness, but together, they're a high-speed, tactical unit that doesn't quit. I once tracked a tiger in India. It moved like a shadow, silent but terrifying. When it struck, it was like watching a freight train hit full speed. On the flip side, I've seen wolves chase a moose for over an hour, not stronger, just smarter as a team and way more patient. This isn't a contest about who's cuter, it's about why, biologically and behaviorally, big cats are the heavyweight champions of the animal kingdom. Get ready for skull-crushing bites, switchblade claws, and the ultimate strategy showdown between two of nature's most iconic predators, big cats versus big dogs. Hunting style: big cats equals ninja assassins, big dogs equals endurance athletes. Close your eyes and imagine this. You're a tiger, lurking silently in the tall grass. You don't need backup, you don't need to bark orders, and you definitely don't need to chase your prey for miles. One breath, one step. Then boom, a single, explosive pounce to the neck of an unsuspecting deer. Game over in seconds. That's how big cats roll: stealthy, precise, and built for the one-hit kill. Now let's flip the script. You're a wolf. You and your crew spot an elk. It's go time. No sneaking here, you chase it down, flank it, tire it out over kilometers of terrain. It's a full-blown team marathon. You don't need to be the strongest, just relentless, coordinated, and patient. That's the Canid playbook: endurance over explosion, teamwork over solo stardom. I once spent 3 hours tracking a lone leopard in South Africa. The way it moved, like a shadow with muscles. You could blink and miss it. In contrast, the wolves I followed in Canada didn't bother hiding. They'd howl, run, regroup, and just keep going. Like long-distance runners with fur, big cats are the James Bonds of the wild: sneaky, stylish, and deadly in a flash. Big dogs are the Ironman triathletes built to outlast, outchase, and out-team you. Muscle power: big cats are bodybuilders, big dogs are marathon runners. Let's talk muscles, because in the animal kingdom, how you're built can mean the difference between dragging dinner home or running for hours to catch it. Big cats, think compact, explosive strength like natural-born bodybuilders. Pound for pound, Felids have a higher muscle density than Canids. That means a leopard, for example, isn't just strong, it's ridiculously strong. We're talking carry a whole antelope puppetry strong. Imagine hauling a fridge up 5 flights of stairs. With your teeth. Yeah, that's leopard energy. Now flip to wolves and wild dogs. Their muscles are built for endurance. They're like lean, tireless marathoners, not so much about raw force, but stamina. They won't snap a buffalo's neck in one bite, but they can chase it for hours until it's too exhausted to fight back. Jaguars, those spotted tanks of the jungle, have such powerful bite force they can crush a turtle's shell like it's a potato chip. I once watched one crunch through a tortoise in 3 bites. 3 bites. Nature said no shell can save you. I've seen leopards leap into trees with prey heavier than themselves. It's like watching a gymnast lift another gymnast overhead, mid-flip. Wolves, though, I followed packs running 20 kilometers without breaking stride. Their cardio game is next level. If big cats hit like a sledgehammer, big dogs are more like a never-ending treadmill. One's all about short, sharp power, the other's in it for the long game. Bone structure: tanks versus trail runners. If animal skeletons had job descriptions, the big cats would read: must withstand high-impact collisions, support enormous muscles, and survive leaping off trees onto 500-pound meals. In short, Felids are built like tanks. Their bones are dense, thick, and shock-absorbent. Imagine the skeletal version of a padded wrestling ring. When a lion crashes into a buffalo, or a tiger dives from a ledge onto a deer, their bones aren't just along for the ride, they're doing serious structural work. Now compare that to Canids, wolves, coyotes, wild dogs. Their skeletons are the minimalist, high-efficiency design. Light, long, and lean, perfect for sprinting over snow, grass, or desert for miles. Not ideal for body slamming a wildebeest, but absolutely built for the long haul. Once in Kenya, I watched a lioness leap off a 2-meter rock onto a zebra. The sound of impact was like someone dropping a sandbag from a rooftop. She walked away unfazed. Meanwhile, the African wild dogs I tracked could run across the savannah for hours without stopping, but they were careful never to collide head-on. Their bones just aren't built for it. If Felids are armored SUVs, solid, muscular, and made to take a hit, Canids are high-performance trail bikes, agile, speedy, and built for the long game. And hey, both are awesome in their own right. But if I had to crash into something at full speed, I'd rather have the cat's chassis. Bite force. If there were a Golden Jaw award, big cats would win in one bite. Let's play a game of whose bite would break a brick. Gray wolves bring a solid 660 psi pounds per square inch to the table. That's strong enough to crush bones, tear flesh, and keep prey pinned down. Impressive, right? Now meet the jaguar. This spotted muscle machine bites down with a monstrous 1,500 psi. That's more than double the wolf and enough to crack turtle shells like potato chips. Comparing those two is like arm wrestling a bodybuilder. With a bulldozer, big cats don't play around. Their hunting style is all about precision and power. One bite to the neck or skull, lights out, game over. Wolves, they go for the long game, a team effort. Their bites aren't about instant kills, they're about wearing prey down, one nip, tug, and tear at a time, until exhaustion does the job. Think less one-punch knockout and more tag team wrestling match. If I ever had to choose between being bitten by one, not that I plan on it, I'd pick the wolf. At least there's a chance I walk away with a cool scar. A jaguar, let's just say, I'd rather not become jungle sushi. Jaguars sometimes kill prey by biting straight through the skull. Evolution said, let's make this one scary. Claws, the secret weapon of the feline arsenal. Let's talk claws, nature's built-in pocket knives. Big cats come with retractable claws, the kind that stay hidden until it's go time, then snicked. Out pop 5 razor-sharp blades on each paw, ready to slash, grip, or climb like a pro. I once came across a tree in the savannah marked with deep, fresh claw grooves, lion territory. And let me tell you, it looked like someone had taken a machete to the bark. You don't leave marks like that unless you've got some serious hardware. Dogs and wolves. Their claws are more like hiking boots, great for traction, not so great for slicing. They're always out, always duller, and more about running down prey than grabbing it midair. This difference matters big time in the wild. A tiger leaps and lands on a deer. Those claws dig in, anchoring the 200 kg feline like grappling hooks. A wolf. He's gripping with his jaws, not his paws, and counting on his pack to help seal the deal. If I had to arm wrestle a lion, I'd be more worried about the claws than the teeth. At least with teeth, you might dodge. With claws, you're caught before you even realize it. Habitat. Big cats live where danger calls, so they have to be stronger. Picture this, a tiger stalking through thick jungle, its eyes fixed on a buffalo twice its size. Or a leopard darting up a tree to chase down a monkey, sharp claws digging into the bark as it ascends. Lions. They're facing off with zebras and buffaloes in the open savannah, relying on sheer muscle to get the job done. These big cats have to be tough. They don't have the luxury of going after weak prey, they hunt the mighty, the dangerous, and the unpredictable. Every pounce could be the difference between a successful meal or a near-death experience. It's survival of the fittest in the harshest environments. Now, let's look at wild dogs, wolves, and hyenas. Sure, they're formidable hunters, but they often target smaller, weaker animals, or they use the power of the pack. Teamwork and endurance are their game, not necessarily individual brute strength. A wolf pack will hunt deer together, and hyenas will harass their prey until it's too exhausted to fight back. It's all about persistence and cooperation, not overpowering strength in a single strike. Honestly, if I were a lion in the wild, I'd want to be the strongest around. A buffalo's no joke, and neither is a zebra with sharp hooves, but when it comes to wolves and hyenas, well, they've got the social skills. And having a strong team around you does have its perks. If the wild world was a bodybuilding competition, big cats would definitely take home the gold. Imagine this, a stage full of wild animals flexing their muscles and showing off their skills. Who's the heavyweight champ? The big cats, of course. Lions, tigers, leopards, they're the powerhouses of the animal kingdom. With their strength, agility, and killer instincts, they'd rule the bodybuilding podium. The feline squad is sleek, muscular, and ready to pounce. But wait, don't count out the wild dogs just yet. Wolves, hyenas, and wild dogs are the true marathoners of the wild. They might not have the raw power of a tiger or a lion, but they've got teamwork, endurance, and smarts. They hunt in packs, thinking ahead and working together like a well-oiled machine. So, here's the million-dollar question. Can a single leopard take down an entire wolf pack? Well, here's my take. One-on-one, absolutely. But when those wolves come together as a team, well, I'd say that leopard might want to climb a tree and wait for backup. Should you keep a big cat or wild dog as a pet? The wild truth. Now, imagine this. You're lounging on the couch, and instead of a cat curled up in your lap or a dog wagging its tail at the door, you've got a full-grown lion purring by your side or a wolf playing fetch in the backyard. Sounds pretty awesome, right? Well, not so fast. Let's start with the big cats. We all know that lions, tigers, and leopards are majestic creatures with their sleek muscles and stealthy hunting skills. But here's the reality. These animals are built for the wild. A lion doesn't exactly want to curl up next to you on the couch. It wants to be hunting in the savannah, ruling its territory. Not to mention, they can weigh over 400 pounds, around 180 kilograms, and have the strength to bring down prey many times their size. So, if you're thinking about having one as a pet, you might want to reconsider, unless you've got an enormous backyard and a serious understanding of animal behavior and, let's be honest, a bit of courage. And what about the wild dogs, like wolves or coyotes? While they might look like the perfect adventure buddy, these animals are designed for the wild too. Wolves are social creatures that thrive in packs. Keeping just one would be like having a super active, howling dog that never wants to stop moving. Plus, they need a ton of space to roam, and let's not forget, they're apex predators, meaning they can be pretty territorial and aggressive if they feel threatened. So, here's the verdict. While these wild animals are incredible in their natural habitats, they aren't suited for life as household pets. They require specialized care, lots of space, and can be dangerous to humans and other pets without proper training and understanding. Plus, keeping them as pets could be harmful to their mental and physical health since they don't get to live the life they were born to lead. Instead, if you're dreaming of a wild companion, consider adopting a domesticated breed that has some of the same traits, like a playful, energetic dog or a sleek, independent cat. You get the excitement of living with an animal that's just as wild at heart but a little more cuddly and a lot safer to have around the house. Love wildlife? Hit that subscribe button and join us on amazing journeys into the wild.